What's going on, everybody? We have got another RNG interview. This time with us, we have got a very special interview for you guys today. This is the latest commit in the Miami Hurricanes 2024 class, a very special player with very special upside. When I talk about a trench bully just wreaking havoc down there, this is the type of player that I talk about. Athletic, strong, smart. He has it all. And I'm really happy to say that he's now going to be a Miami Hurricane. About to bring him on right now so he can introduce himself to you guys.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Kendall? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Nice to meet y'all.
Well, man, you know what? What was it, man? You made this big decision to choose the University of Miami. What was that ultimate choice like for you? Who were you? Did you sit down with family, coaches? That inner circle you have to make this choice. How did it come about?
We've been talking about it a lot this whole season, just still because I didn't close my recruitment, so still winning at odds. Watching all the teams that I still talk to a lot and have my eyes on. Watching Miami throughout the season, watching the D line, boys specifically, watching Ruben Bain and all those boys eat honestly, and just watching just comparing, showing the comparison between all the teams I was looking at, and seeing how Ruben is a ACC All American, all first, just he's blowing up doing a lot of great things, and I was like, I know Coach Taylor gave me that too, so that's why I want to go to Miami.
Well, I want to talk to you, kind of about your relationship with some of these coaches that you're going to be working with. How's the relationship with Coach Salavea and you going?
It's going great, honestly. My relationship with all the coaches, honestly, is great. We talk daily. They reach out to me, I reach out to them. We just see it's a real mutual, great conversations that we have on the daily.
Have you had a chance to sit down with Coach Cristobal and really have a, kind of a one-on-one with him yet?
Oh yes, sir. Actually, we had they came into school, to my school, to talk to me and my pops. What day was it? I can't remember right now, but it was sometime this past week, and we sat down and had a good hour conversation, just talking about what they're doing at Miami and how much of a great asset I would be to the team, and with my skill set and athleticism, what I would bring with the great incoming 2024 class that we have coming in.
Speaking about that athleticism you have on the defensive line, I'm kind of curious, how did everything go for you this high school season? What kind of stats did you put up and how did things go for you and your team?
I had a great, honestly, my team had a great season. We broke a lot of records for my high school. Sad to say we had ended in Final Four once again. So um, hopefully next year they can go over that milestone and get over that hump. My stats so far, I think I ended off with, I think it was like 50 something tackles. I'm still going over it. I'm still trying to make my high school, my senior film right now. It's just, but it was a great season overall for me. It was a real eye opening season. It showed me things I got to work on and things to keep improving on.
I'm kind of curious here, Kendall, man. When that last snap was over with, man, and you knew your high school season was over with,
Yes,
what was
sir.
that like for you? What did you kind of take a look back at things? Did it catch you by surprise almost? Like, what was that
Uh,
like for you?
it really did. It really did. It it shocked me because the way the game was going, we thought it was gonna be a an easy W. I don't want to say easy, but we know we thought we had a W for sure. Um, and we thought we can keep playing how we came out with. Um, but it shocked my world because it's my last game at my home stadium too. So it just took a moment to look back at my last game playing at Citizens Field and reminiscing about all the good times I had.
Before this last season for you even started, and you were doing your off-season grind, did you notice some of that start to show up on your film this year? Some of that hard work you put in before the season started, did that really show up this year?
Yes, sir. I will say that showed up a lot. I say one thing I have done this year better than the past couple years is use my hands more.
Yeah.
Um, because of like I've been getting double teamed and triple teamed a lot this season, being one of the only star D lineman on the team. So not and my teammates, not even taking a great aside, my teammates are great teammates. Nick, Clayton, Thomas, White all my D lineman boys, they played great. And then, but I guess people just took it. It seemed like I was the only threat, and then them boys ate. So, but it was a great season as far as fundamentally, I would say for me.
When you're looking up at some of the star college defensive linemen and some of the star NFL defensive linemen, some of your favorite players even, who are they and why do you like to take a little bit of their game and add it to your game? What do you admire about them so much?
I would say people that I admire the most, college and college wise, and I would say Ruben Bain for one. I can't think of his name, but number 15 at Alabama that did the end that came from St. Thomas. I watched him even when he was in high school because we played against him. Um, who else did I watch? Pretty much, TJ. I watched TJ Watt. Honestly, I was just watching their film actually like a couple days ago. Just watching how they get off is, what like their hand placement, hand like what move, their moves, how they work them, and everything.
What all positions have you played on the defensive line now?
I play all my teams. I play position on my team's line. I play in, nose, tackle, and bandit. So that's how I stand up edge.
Going into college, what do you feel your ideal playing weight is going to be kind of hovering around?
My freshman year, possibly like around 265 right now. Cause yeah, right now I'm like 255, so probably like another 10 with all the muscles and all the muscle and stuff I'm gonna do for the training program.
What do you feel your current strengths are right now, on the field? What do you feel you're best at?
Um, I say my run game has stepped up tremendously. So I say that's one of my biggest strengths, honestly, this year. Stopping the run game a lot has been one of the biggest things this year. Using my hands more often. I would say I gotta get better at it even more, but that's what been a big strength this past season for me. My speed, my get off. That's been a big strength for me as well.
So when you're looking up at some of those players that you admire a lot, what traits do you feel it takes for these players to become elite at their position, mentally and physically? What do you feel it takes to make an elite player on the defensive line?
Honestly, I feel like the biggest thing first is get off. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing. When I watch every defensive like great defensive lineman or defensive end, I watch the get off and just watching how fast to get off the ball is one of the biggest things I take in the it was one of the biggest things I watch and really I think it's just don't overthink it because it's one thing as a D lineman. I mean, your job is just to beat the offensive lineman. So if you're overthinking it, having too many moves in your mind, I think it might get a little too hectic and you start doing extra stuff. So just remain calm, I would say. I think just because watching TJ Watt and them, like, it seems like they pretty much already have the move ready in mind. So if that doesn't work, they do their counter and they get to work.
What kind of leadership role did you show as a senior this year, Kendall? Were you vocal? Did you show it by action, or were you a little bit of both?
I would say I was a little bit of both. I've had a couple. I've shot out. I think I sat out 3 games this year on the injury. So I think that's one of the biggest things. That those 3 games that I missed honestly was probably like my biggest leadership games, and it showed
Yeah.
me a lot as such for leadership. Honestly, just showing how much more vocally, yeah, because I would show and I would talk, but like I would be more show than tell. I mean, then talk, but those 3 games, it made me learn a lot of how much a vocal leader can have an impact on the team. Just being there, hyping my guys up, talking through them, to see what they see, and talking to them as to what might help them better the next drive, and continue to tell them what they're doing great, and just continue doing that. So that's one of the biggest things I've said. It showed me this throughout this season.
When that we talked about, what the feeling was like for you when that last snap, was done with and your final game was over with. You know, when you're looking back at it now, what kind of legacy do you feel that you left behind for players to look up to that are coming up? That hard work, that grit, that grind, that effort. What kind of legacy do you feel you left behind there at the school?
I feel like I left back a hardworking, great, hardworking legacy. Honestly, I don't think anybody could question how hard I wanted it, or how bad I wanted it to go through 2 seasons on shoulder injuries, and well, not but having a recent shoulder injury and having to play along with the brace on still because of how late, or should I say how late, but like how recent the injury was. So I had to play. I still had to play with the brace on, make sure everything's still protected. So just playing through injuries, and really just way showing my leadership the past couple of years, being one of the longest starters on the defensive side of the ball. Um, I started like my sophomore year, so that's just, I don't think anybody will question how hard I wanted it at Buchholz and how much of a great person, and not even just a player as a player, but as much of a great person and student I was at Buchholz.
Love that answer, man. Love it. Well, now let's say you're on campus, you happen to run into somebody, a Miami Hurricanes fan, but they're not familiar with Kendall Jackson yet. They don't know your history, they haven't seen your film, they haven't seen you play yet, and they ask you, they say, "Kendall, what kind of player what kind of player is Miami getting? I'm curious, what kind of player am I going to be seeing there out there on Saturdays?" What would you tell them?
I would tell I'm a fast, physical, hardworking player. Honestly, I mean, if you watch my film, well, obviously they haven't, but if you watch my film, I saw you see is just somebody who high motor. I play hard. No matter what, I'm gonna be. No matter what, I'm always close to the ball. So, and just I'm gonna be, and that's what they're gonna see out of me.
With the recruiting process being over for you and stuff now, and you take a
Yep.
look back at it, did you enjoy that process, man, or was there a lot of stress, or how did it all go down for you? Was it fun?
I mean, at first it was coming because my recruitment started as a sophomore, and just it's a lot of stress. A lot of teams hitting you up wanting to be there, and you thinking you're obligated to be everywhere at one time. So that kind of gave a little stress as an incoming, like a newbie to recruit to the recruitment world. But as I was going through it, was just it was like, bro, you're supposed to have fun with this. It's a fun process. Not everybody gets to have, not everybody gets to do this. To only a one in a lifetime opportunity. So, just after I got that, grasped that idea, it was just from there on, I was having fun with it, meeting new people, meeting new recruits and commits, and getting in real relationships with them. Because, shoot, look, you don't know where you're gonna be at and how long down the road you're gonna know each other. So, it was just fun. After that, I had a great time doing it. For anybody who's watching, and if you're watching, it just process. Honestly, it's just one of the best things I could possibly say happened in my life so far.
Right on, man. Right on. When you were getting down to picking, your top schools and you were really starting to break things down, more and more and more, what were the important factors that stood out to you that, made you say, "Hey, this is what attracts me to a college. This is what, doesn't attract me to a college." What were the factors that were truly important to you?
Development was a big factor. Education, relationships that I built. Um, those are like the main three. Those are the biggest factors for me. Knowing I was gonna get a great development by the coaching staff, my position coach, strength and conditioning staff, Um, Education wise, know I'm gonna get a great degree within 3 years. That's my plan to graduate in 3 years. So know I'm gonna get a great degree from a great college, and relationship knowing that I have to, knowing you that you look at me more than just a football player, and that you gonna take care of me more than just a football player.
Gotcha, man. You earlier you brought up Ruben Bain, and I kind of want to bring him into this because he's kind of part of this question I have. But a while back, Cristobal said he wants young players to come to Miami, you know, get snaps, earn snaps. Not, of course, you got to earn snaps, not just get them. Earn snaps and get that early playing time and actually get on the field out there. And we saw him hold it to his word true, with guys like Francis Malinoa and Ruben Bain. We saw actually more and more young guys getting more opportunities as the season went on, as they got more and more comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Getting playing time early, was that something that was attractive to you?
Yes, that's one thing I took in consideration as well. I want to be able to hit the field within the first year or two. So I don't want to be one of those kids who sit there and have to wait till the junior year to get an opportunity to play. I want to be able to get in the field right then and right there because I know I'm gonna work hard for it. So that's one thing that was a big factor of where I went.
I like that hunger and I like that confidence. I like it, man. I got 3 words for you. And now that you're a Miami Hurricanes commit, I want to know what they mean to Kendall Hollywood Jackson. Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you now that you're a Hurricanes commit?
Man, those 3 words, Miami Hurricane football. It's honestly an honor to be to play for that. Um, Shoot, just it's a great program. I mean, the legacy that they've built and established, going back to the early 2000s era, with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all of them. It was crazy. So just to be able to go back, want to build that, bring it back to Miami, bring it back to 305. So just those words mean a lot to me, honestly. The more and more I think about it, it's just crazy to think I'm be in Miami in a couple weeks, getting ready to play against Florida first game. So I can't wait.
That's right. We got Florida on the schedule first week, man. There we go. Love it. I love that, man. I love that. That's a great way. As far as I'm concerned, I love starting the season that way. Just
Yeah.
banging heads, man, with 2 teams that just can't stand each other. At this point in the interview, what I like to do is, give a chance for recruits, commits, whoever I have on, here, show some love to the people who've gotten them where they've gotten them to, your parents, other players, coaches, trainers, anybody you want to show some love to, feel free to show them some love.
I mean, first and foremost, I'm gonna thank the man above. I mean, he giving me the ability to do what I've been able to do right now, and the blessings that he's given me in my life. He's blessed me with wonderful parents, wonderful trainers and coaches, teammates. I want to thank my mom, honestly. My day one, been there since the first day I've decided to play tackle football. She's always been the one to search out what program is best for me, what training is best for me. Never missed a game. Well, yeah, she's never missed a game. So I would really want to thank her. She's my day one, my manager, honestly too. So I call my momager. That's my little nickname for my mom. I want to thank both my dads, for showing me what it means to be a man. Just showing me what it means to be responsible. And I want to thank my coaches and trainers, for the development that they given me throughout high school to get where I am today, and for showing me love throughout this process because it's been hard. On certain days, some days it's been stressful, and some days it's been fun. So I want to thank everybody who's been helping me through this process, and my teammates as well. I can't do that without them guys. So that's what I want to thank.
Man, I'm glad you got that good circle of people around you. It's a big deal when you got good people surrounding you. It's always a big deal. Go ahead and plug your social media accounts. Where can people find you on social media?
And so you can find me on Twitter at big_Ken8 with a capital K for Ken. Instagram is _I am Hollywood. And those are my 2 biggest social media accounts as of right now.
Okay. And in regards, just for football in general, training and doing all that stuff, what's next for you? What's your next step here?
Shoot, I've been getting to work honestly recently. Just getting to work, getting ready to go, get to Miami, put in some more work. So that's what I've been doing lately, just getting ready, and that's been my biggest goal right now.
Okay, man. I got one last question for you. It's a question I've asked you before, but man, as a Miami Hurricanes recruit, I haven't asked you this question yet. But why do you love the game of football, Kendall? What makes you want to go out there and compete at such a high elite rate on a weekly basis?
I mean, the love I have for the sport, honestly, is great. Just to be able to compete, I'm a real competitive person. So being able to compete in the sport that I love, real physical sport, the what makes me love it the most, what makes me want to play it the most is really the game. Honestly, the love I have for the game is it's insane for how much love I have for the game. I mean, I've played through so much just for this one game, so in this one sport, and not even just for me, honestly, but for the people you meet on this journey of the sport, teammates, coaches. So it's a real big game of love, really. I say more than the sport of physicality. It's more of a game for love.
That brotherhood, that teamsmanship and stuff, that means a lot to you, I can tell.
Yes, sir.
Well, Kendall, man, thank you for taking the time tonight to jump on here. Let Canes fans get a little more familiar with the latest recruit in the 2024 class, man. And of
Yes.
course, welcome to the U, bro. I've been waiting a long
Thank
time to
you.
say that, but welcome to the U, big dog. You already know, man. I mean, we've been rocking with each other for a year and a half, probably, or something like that, 2 years almost now. So,
Yes.
you know, been ups and downs, lefts and rights, man. But man, I'm proud as hell to say welcome to the U, Kendall. So man,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, we'll stay in touch definitely. You enjoy this, a little bit of off season, this little bit of time you have before things start getting, a little bit hectic again, But man, like I said, we'll stay in touch. And once again, man, welcome to the U. And as far as that, man, have yourself a good night, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, guys, that was the latest commit in the 2024 class for the Miami Hurricanes, Kendall Jackson, 4-star defensive lineman from FW Buckles in Florida. This is a player I've known for quite a while. It's a player I've thought highly of for quite a while. The 3-star ranking I thought it just wasn't right, in my opinion. It never sat right with me. When I watched this film, I saw an absolute 4-star player with the upside to possibly add more to it. And I'm glad that the composite score for 24/7 Sports is now showing that there's a little bit more backing in the ranking scene, because he's got that 4th star there in the composite rating. So he's earned that 4th star as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, I am happy as heck, and I'm proud as hell to say that he is a Miami Hurricane, because I think we got a good one here, guys. I think we got a really good one. So thank you guys for joining us for another RNG interview. This time we had an actual commit on with us, a Miami Hurricanes commit in the 2024 class, Kendall Jackson. And we'll be coming with more interviews here shortly. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night.